An old Cherokee is teaching his grandson about life. He says, "A fight is going on inside me. It is a terrible fight, and it is between two wolves. One is evil. He is anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego. The other is good. He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith." He looked at his grandson and said, "The same fight is going on inside you and inside every other person, too." The grandson thought about it for a minute and then asked his grandfather, "Which wolf will win?" The old Cherokee simply replied, "The one you feed." This simple story, passed down through generations, holds a profound truth about our lives. We all have these two wolves within us, these two opposing forces constantly vying for control of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. It's not about one wolf being inherently stronger than the other. It's about which one we choose to nourish. Think about it. When you wake up in the morning and immediately start worrying about the day, scrolling through negative news, or replaying an argument from yesterday, you're feeding the dark wolf. You're giving it scraps of anger, anxiety, and resentment. And just like any animal, the more you feed it, the stronger it gets. It starts to dominate your inner world, barking louder, demanding more attention, until its voice is the only one you can hear. This wolf thrives on negativity. It tells you you're not good enough, that the world is against you, that there's no point in trying. It isolates you, making you feel alone in your struggles. But what happens when you choose to feed the other wolf? When you start your day with gratitude, even for something small like the sun shining or a good cup of coffee, when you choose to forgive someone, letting go of a grudge that's been weighing you down, when you offer a kind word to a stranger or take a moment to appreciate the beauty around you, when you focus on solutions instead of problems, each of these actions is a meal for the good wolf. You're nourishing it with peace, love, and hope. And just like the dark wolf, the more you feed the good wolf, the stronger it becomes. Its voice gets clearer, more confident. It reminds you of your strengths, your capacity for joy, and your connection to others. It encourages you to be kind, compassionate, and resilient. This wolf doesn't promise a life without challenges, but it gives you the strength and perspective to face them with grace. So, how do we practically feed the good wolf every day? It's not about making grand, sweeping changes overnight. It's about the small, consistent choices we make moment by moment. It starts with awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts. When a negative thought pops into your head, just notice it. Don't judge it, don't fight it, just acknowledge it. Ah, there's the dark wolf again. By simply observing it, you create a little space. In that space, you have a choice. You can either continue down that negative spiral, feeding the wolf, or you can choose a different thought. This is where mindfulness and meditation can be incredibly powerful tools. They train your brain to be the observer of your thoughts, rather than being controlled by them. You learn to sit with discomfort without immediately reacting. You learn to quiet the noise and listen for the gentle, steady voice of the good wolf. Another way to feed the good wolf is through your actions. Acts of kindness, no matter how small, are powerful nourishment. Holding a door for someone, giving a genuine compliment, listening to a friend without judgment. These actions not only make someone else's day better, but they also reinforce the positive pathways in your own brain. You are actively practicing compassion and generosity, making those qualities stronger within you. It creates a positive feedback loop. You feel good for doing good, which encourages you to do more good. The media we consume is also a major source of food for our inner wolves. If your social media feed is filled with outrage, comparison, and negativity, that's what you're feeding your mind. Curate your environment. Follow accounts that inspire you, that make you laugh, that teach you something new. Listen to uplifting music or podcasts. Read books that expand your perspective. You are the gatekeeper of your own mental and emotional space. Choose wisely what you allow in. Gratitude is perhaps the most direct and potent food for the good wolf. The practice of actively looking for things to be thankful for shifts your entire focus. The dark wolf thrives on what's missing, on what's wrong. Gratitude starves it. It forces you to see the abundance that already exists in your life. Try this. Every night before you go to sleep, think of 3 things that went well during the day and why. It could be a productive meeting at work, a delicious meal, or a beautiful sunset. This simple exercise retrains your brain to scan for the positive, making the good wolf your default setting. It's important to remember that this isn't about eradicating the dark wolf. That's not the point of the story. The dark wolf is part of our human experience. It represents our capacity for anger, fear, and sorrow. These emotions are not inherently bad. They can be important signals. Anger can signal injustice. Fear can signal danger. The problem isn't the existence of the dark wolf, but what happens when we let it run wild, when we feed it so much that it takes over completely? The goal is to acknowledge the dark wolf, to understand its role, but to consciously and consistently choose to feed the good wolf. To make the good wolf so strong, so well-fed, and so powerful that the dark wolf snarls become nothing more than a faint whisper in the background. Think of it like a garden. Your mind is the soil. Weeds will inevitably pop up. You can spend all your energy trying to rip them out, getting frustrated when they grow back. Or you can focus on planting beautiful flowers, on watering them, giving them sunlight, and tending to them with care. Eventually, the flowers will grow so lush and vibrant that they'll choke out the weeds. We are not passive victims of our thoughts and emotions. We are the ones who choose which voice to amplify, which path to follow, which wolf to feed. Every single day, with every thought, every word, and every action, you are making that choice.